When Chinese actor Wang Xing disappeared early this year, it shocked both the entertainment world and the public. With what initially seemed like a great opportunity waiting for him, Wang Xing traveled to Thailand only to be abducted and taken to Myanmar, forced to spend a month in one of the country's many scam centers, or scam parks. Wang Xing's abduction has been a grim example of the larger criminal networks and human trafficking organizations that operate in Southeast Asia. To explain in more detail, you know those scam text messages you receive sometimes? Well, many online scams are thought to come from people who have been illegally and secretly kidnapped and trafficked. They are then forced to become online scammers in Southeast Asian scam centers, also often referred to as modern-day slavery compounds. These scams can include text scams, voice phishing, as well as other types of fraud. And the scam centers are mostly located in Southeast Asia, specifically in Myanmar's border regions, including the notorious Golden Triangle, where Myanmar, Thailand, and Laos come together. This region has long been infamous for a variety of different criminal operations, like human trafficking, drug trade, and organized crime syndicates. As I mentioned earlier, people from around the world, especially those who are vulnerable from regions like South America, Africa, and China, are often lured to these areas with the promise of a well-paying job, only to find themselves trapped in a nightmarish situation. As The Guardian explains, instead, they find themselves trapped and forced into criminality. Those who refuse to carry out fraud activities or fail to meet their targets often face torture. The only way to leave is usually to pay an unaffordable ransom, leaving them with no way to escape. To make matters even worse, the conditions in these scam centers, or scam parks, are harrowing, to say the least. In fact, one of China's anti-fraud agencies even warned that Mayawadi, one of the notorious scam towns, was terrifying. Some of the extreme torture methods to which victims are known to be subjected to include severe physical abuse, like brutal beatings, and even electrocutions. Escape is also nearly impossible. Not only is the potential punishment horrifying, but these centers are usually heavily guarded, with strict control placed over the people being held captive, making it impossible to try and run away. The factories often enjoy protection from corrupt local officials and armed groups, reportedly, and some hostages are able to escape if they or their families can exert pressure on local authorities or pay off the gangs who prefer to let someone go rather than risk drawing too much attention to their operations, The Guardian wrote in their report on Wang Xing's abduction. Wang Xing is a Chinese actor. Having graduated from Shanghai University Film Academy, Wang Xing is known for his supporting roles in a variety of movies and TV shows, including The Tale of Rose and others. Far from being one of China's most famous names, by December of last year, Wang Xing was on the lookout for his breakout role. This was when he joined a chat group called Sunan Professional Actors Group, and it was in this group chat that he was contacted by an account named Grammy16, who claimed to have an exciting film opportunity for him in connection with the Thai entertainment giant Grammy, who would later say that they had absolutely nothing to do with this story. Excited, Wang Xing, with the help of his girlfriend Jia, recorded an audition tape, and not long after, he got the news that he had passed the audition and was asked to come to Thailand. But Wang Xing was a bit skeptical of just jumping on a plane. Some of the details seemed a bit unclear. However, despite his initial doubts about the role, he was ultimately persuaded by Yan Shiliu, who was claiming to be the Grammy acting coordinator. On the 3rd of January, Wang Xing flew from Shanghai to Bangkok, convinced that this was not only going to be the next step forward in his acting career, but finally be his chance to become a global star and make all of those years of hustle worth the effort. Upon landing at Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi airport, Wang Xing was picked up by a gray Toyota Altis, which he assumed was taking him to the filming location. Driving through Thailand in the middle of the night, unfortunately, Wang Xing had no idea that the car was heading straight for the border. As he drove, Wang Xing kept texting Jia and sending her his location, but by 10:30 a.m., he suddenly stopped texting. His last location was in Mae Sot, an area near the Thai-Myanmar border. It was at this point that Wang Xing's situation took a dark turn. Instead of arriving at the opening ceremony he thought he was going to, Wang Xing was picked up by a different pickup truck, which drove him into Myanmar, avoiding the border checkpoint. According to Wang Xing, he didn't even know at this point that he'd gone into Myanmar. When he was forced into an armed vehicle, he realized something was very wrong. At this point, Wang Xing was brought to a fraud park, forced to shave his hair, and went through 2 to 3 days of fraud training. specifically text message scams. Back at home, Jia started to get worried the minute that his communications stopped. At first, she waited a bit to hear back, but by the 5th of January, she posted a message on Weibo, and it instantly went viral. The message went so viral that many of the biggest celebrities, including Shu Ti, Yao Chen, Gong Jun, Gina Jin, and many more, posted messages about the story, helping the topic to trend on Weibo. By January 6th, Jia had officially reported the disappearance to the embassy and Thai authorities before heading to Thailand herself. On January 7th, 2025, Thai Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra confirmed that Wang Xing had been found at the Thai-Myanmar border, and after some negotiations between the Thai and Myanmar officials and the Myanmar officials and military forces, Wang Xing was officially handed over at the Thai-Myanmar Friendship Bridge. By 7 p.m. of the same day, Wang Xing arrived at Don Mueang International Airport in Bangkok, where he thanked the Thai authorities and the media. In his interview, he talked about how he had been sent across the border into Myanmar, pushed into a car by armed men, and taken to a facility where at least 50 others were also being kept against their will. Wang Xing explained the brutal conditions, saying, "The environment was very dangerous. I can't sleep. I don't have time just to pee." At the same time, other Chinese actors began sharing their own harrowing experiences. For example, actor Xu Daju stated that he had also been lured to Thailand for a film role. Luckily, he made the good call to contact the director listed for the project, and this director had warned him that he was being scammed. Additionally, reports came out about 2 other missing Chinese nationals, male model Yang Zeki and 21-year-old Wu Jiaqi. Like Wang Xing, Yang Zeki had also reportedly flown to Bangkok in December and disappeared around the Thai-Myanmar border. Thai police are currently investigating both cases. For Thailand, Wang Xing's case cast a long shadow over the country's tourism industry just before one of its busiest seasons. You see, after the media picked up the story, travelers began to cancel their trips. In fact, nearly 500,000 posts on the Chinese social media platform Xiaohongshu were asking how to cancel trips to Thailand. Even worse, the case happened just a few days before the highly anticipated Lunar New Year period, and Thai officials began to panic. Thailand typically sees up to 30,000 Chinese tourists every day during the holiday, but instead, according to CNN, this year's flight cancellations from China to Thailand surged 150%, Chinese state media reported, citing data from travel analytics firm Forward Keys. A tour operator in southern Guangdong province said he had seen a significant drop in bookings to Thailand following the recent headlines, with reservations for the upcoming Lunar New Year holiday at just 40% of the total this time last year. At the same time, Hong Kong pop artist Eason Chan announced that he was canceling his concert due to safety concerns for his crew and fans, after serious reports came out that a manager of a scam park was planning to send people to lure fans into the scam center at the concert. All of this bad press forced Thai officials to scramble to reassure the public and address the growing crisis. Investigating further into Yan Shiliu, the so-called acting coordinator posing as someone from GMM Grammy, the police uncovered a much larger operation. Along with another individual named Chong Ming Tang, Yan Shiliu had been actively luring a variety of different actors into these highly dangerous and illegal situations under the false pretense of job opportunities. By late January, the police had successfully arrested Yan Shiliu, identifying him as a major criminal suspect. In addition to the arrest of Yan Shiliu, as a big joint operation between the Thai and Chinese authorities, the investigation has resulted in the arrest of over 10 people, including Jin Khan, the man responsible for running the scam park where Wang Xing had been held, as well as other characters who had all had crucial roles in the trafficking and fraud. For example, some of the people they arrested had been acting as managers, security guards, call center operators, etc. During this operation, authorities were also able to rescue several other Chinese nationals throughout the month of January, giving a glimmer of hope for those still trapped in Myanmar. As the investigation has gone on, the Thai authorities have continued to do everything they can to shut down the scam centers. For example, on the 5th of February, the Thai officials cut off essential resources like power, internet, and fuel to 5 areas in Myanmar, crippling the organization in those regions. In the 10 days that followed, it was reported that 8,000 workers, many of whom had been forced to work in the scam parks, had been sent home. With power and electricity cut, it has also come to light that these scam groups are using Elon Musk's Starlink satellites to stay connected. According to Wired, between November 2024 and the start of February, hundreds of mobile phones logged their locations and use of Starlink at known scam compounds more than 40,000 times, raising new concerns about technology's role in enabling these illegal and inhumane operations. Wang Xing, an opposition member of Thailand's House of Representatives and chair of a parliamentary committee on national security, believes that the people at Starlink have the power to address the issue. "We know exactly where the compounds are," Wang Xing says. "If we can identify which compound is using Starlink and collaborate with SpaceX, we can put a stop to it." The kidnapping of Wang Xing has shone a light on the organized crimes and human trafficking in this area, drawing international attention to the scale of these operations. As safety concerns grow more and more, Thailand's Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra has assured the public that the authorities are taking action to protect the country's tourism industry. Meanwhile, China has also offered support to the victims' families and is stepping up their efforts to take down these evil fraud rings. Overall, Wang Xing's story is a stark reminder of how easily all of us can be lured by false promises of opportunity, and as we look at this story, it's so important to focus on the countless individuals who may still trapped in these scam centers and are potentially going through unimaginable abuse. What do you think still needs to be done to protect people from this kind of trafficking? Why do you think these criminals might specifically target actors like Wang Xing? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.